for the Storm. Newman is out there with Hicks, and it's ABC. Then there's Hardaway, and it's D in at the 5 down low. And of the early surprise teams, Doris, some have fallen by the wayside, but some may be for real.
And isn't that one of the most exciting aspects of any season, Kevin? You watch a team perhaps outperform expectations. We see a good team take that next step and become a real threat for a title. Like, there's so many storylines that develop over the course of a long season. I can't wait.
Shots good by Hicks.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Now West. Boy, he was something else against Utah.
Oh! You got to be kidding.
He is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Here's Hicks. What a tremendous game he played against the Clippers. Here's Kennedy. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Clearly a foul.
New York shooting their first free throws of the evening. He's off on the first. No good on the second free throw. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter.
Some power coming from the PG.
That's right, GA. Seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Shots good by Hicks.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now here's West. Here's E. The shot's good on the assist by West.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Here's Hicks. Defended by West. Launches a 3. Another 3 for Virginia.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
The teardrop falls in. West has got 7 points in the game.
Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
Here's Hicks, defended by West. Fires from deep. Kept alive. Hardaway kicks to Hicks. Buries it from 3-point range. 14 points for him.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Here's Hicks. 14 points for him. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Virginia team.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
And here's a list of players that have been coming through for their team on both ends of the floor. The point guards with the most steals over the course of the last month. Well, you take a look at West, one of the league's best, 3rd in steals.
And with these guys, they are always going to give you an equally outstanding effort at both ends of the floor. I mean, it takes very aggressive defense to put up steal numbers like that.
You know, I think that's the mentality they have when it comes to defending, aggressive. They don't let up for one single second at that end of the floor, and they're always looking to cause you discomfort.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
Here's Hicks, defended by West. The pass to Newman. Here's Hicks. 18 points for him.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Now here's West. He's covered closely. Here's the teardrop. It's blocked, and they get it back. And another turnover here by New York. Leonard, he's checked in for New York. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Here's Hicks. 20 points for him. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
New York calls timeout. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And if you look at the box score from that game, guys, the first thing you'll notice is how many turnovers they forced.
Now, I think that's a product of being incredibly aggressive. You could see that was a part of their strategy going in, and I thought they were consistently following that the entire game.
Terry grabs the board. And so it's Terry bringing it up for Virginia. 13-point lead. Hicks passes to D. Hardaway trying to free himself up. And that one hits back iron.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Here's Hicks. From downtown, good on the three-point shot. Hicks has got 23 points.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
And so it's Virginia with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've got their field goal. Ladies and gentlemen, dance team. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, for Virginia, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Total intimidation that first period. That is what has helped power them to this early lead.
New York trails by 16, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Virginia, we've got Hicks, G out there with Hardaway, and it's ABC, and it's Newman in at the two guard. Hicks, and he dunks it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent, but 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. Here's Newman. Another three for Virginia.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
New York trails by 20. Now here's West. He's got 7. It's tipped.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. And Hardaway comes to help. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Ray, compare the times when you played as an NBA player with a lot more contact, a lot was let go on the floor, to what we're seeing now. And there seem to be a lot of whistles, a lot of stoppage of play.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. You know, you got to allow players to defend. And if they're in a legal guarding position, let them do their job. Eliminate the cheap ones. Part of the issue, though, partner, is now so much of the game is played on an island, right? You don't have the crowds that you typically would see guys in back in our era. There's more space. The court, in that sense, is bigger. You're out there kind of on your own, man, and these guys are crafty at drawing fouls.
It's never been harder for a defender. A moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this turns out.
As you look at the natural, he stands at number 2 in the Western Conference. The fans giving him the backing he deserves.
No doubt about it. And it's been an outstanding campaign for him, and he's got to be a part of that starting lineup.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase. We'll keep you updated with the results each day during the voting. Here's Dell, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Terry, the pass to Newman. Virginia working the ball around. Back to Hardaway. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
ABC's checked in for New York. Hardaway with the steal. And here again, Virginia in transition. Up the court they go.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
ABC's checked in for King. Virginia shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. And so it's West with it. He brings it up for New York. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Pass to Idowu. They need this one. It doesn't go for him. And the Storm will go the other way with it.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
He gets that one. 16 points for D.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. There will be a subtle but significant change on the court this season. Wilson is now the official basketball supplier for the NBA and its affiliated leagues. In fact, they were the association's original supplier starting in 1946. Now, after a nearly 4-decade hiatus, Wilson reclaims that position. Guys, back to you.
We appreciate that, David. Thank you.
Slow rotation there defensively, and he gets a wide-open look from mid-range.
And I'll tell you, you look up at the scoreboard, that's correct. They have a big lead for a reason. Well, great decision to kick it out. Trust that your teammate will knock down the shot.
Virginia has gone 6 of 7 from long range tonight. They've been on fire from way outside. Hicks passes to D. And now, with this break, here are the premier class cleaners among rookies over the course of the past month. And you look at D, one of the game's best, 2nd in the league.
And every team in the league needs a guy who can go and get. I mean, his great work on the boards certainly endear him to the coaching staff. And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Catching up on the changes for New York. ABC's checked in for Leonard. ABC comes in for ABC. And ABC subbed in for West. Passes to Nixon. 36 seconds left in the first half of basketball. 5 on the clock. Here's Marion. And he overshot that one, missing. Virginia with the ball. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Pass to Hicks. Here's Newman. And the shot goes down.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
The wide open look here for Marion. Gets an open look and hits. Marion's got his first basket of the night. From deep three-point range, and that shot was up in time but doesn't go in. And so it's Virginia way out in front. Their lead at 38 points as we close out the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Right back after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. And guys, for the Storm, Kenny, give us your take.
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
Shaq, let's get your insight on the visiting team.
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster, Ernie. Without major improvements defensively, this game is OVA. Over.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What can you say? The natural and impressive effort here today.
Yeah, something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, what he did was sustain it throughout the first half. He ran the offense to absolute perfection.
And New York, looking at who they've got. West is out there with ABC, and it's ABC, and it's ABC, and it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward. Just 5 on the clock. 18 feet out, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
And likes the view from there. He's a strong mid-range shooter.
Well, sometimes when you've got size, your release point is so high that you're going to get a good look no matter what.
And the natural's going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And there's the pass to Walker. And here's West for 3. It's rebounded by Virginia. D's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Hicks passes to D. Launches it. Trains it from beyond the arc. 31 points for the natural.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Here's ABC. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 4 on the clock. Rebounded by Hardaway. Hardaway has got 8 rebounds in this game. There's the double team with Walker, and it goes out of bounds. That one off West. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Here's Newman. Walker against Hardaway. Basket counts.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Hicks. They get it back. Terry the pass to Hardaway. Here's Newman. Beyond the arc. Knocks it loose. Virginia working the ball around. Here's Hicks, defended by West. Shot clock at 5. Here's Newman. Good on the triple. Newman's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. And New York making a change here. Leonard's checked in, and no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. A nice shot by Yee.
Letting a guy sneak by for a putback off a free throw, that is inexcusable.
Here's Hicks, defended by West. To the inside, Dell, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight. ABC's checked in for New York. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And now we're 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter of play. West outside. Outside, Walker. There's the 3. Goes back up. And it's blocked right out of the air and controls it. Dell, he's covered by Leonard.
And no surprise. Is not only a gifted player, but he is so smart on the offensive end.
And so it's West with it. He brings it up for New York. Here's Hicks, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
West outside. Clock at 6. The kick out to Walker. 3-pointer. New York, no good that time either.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Dell. Another 3 for Virginia.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from 3-point range.
West against Hardaway. Can they get it? And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. New York shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And both free throws good for West. Virginia has gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Puts up a 3. Another three for Virginia.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Out of bounds, New York takes possession. 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's ABC. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Walker. Fires the three. Can't hit that one. And so it's Virginia, able to put on a show for the ages. Their defense has been active and effective. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got ABC. Hardaway is out there with D. Then it's Newman, and it's Hicks in at the one. Down low, here's Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
And I think they count on him for that. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
Now here's Marion. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Bush. 5 to shoot. Over Terry. It's rebounded by Virginia. D's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Oh,
just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Now here's Marion. Defense right on him. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much-needed asset. And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
To halt the run, and
Cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
Here's Idowu. And he banks in the layup. ABC's got his first 2 points of the night.
What an effective, efficient offensive possession. They'd love to get that shot every trip down the floor.
Hicks passes to D. Terry in the corner. Virginia working the ball around. Pass to Newman. From deep. Second shot opportunity. And Hardaway with the lay-in.
And really an alert play on the glass there to get that second chance opportunity. He's having one of those games that we've really grown accustomed to seeing him put forth.
And he's back-to-back games like this. He is on a tear, competing with every ounce of energy he's got. Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Here's Hicks, guarded by Marion, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Been a lot of talk, Greg, about in-season tournaments in the NBA to spur fan interest. The proposal was tabled for a bit. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, cash prizes for the players and coaching staffs, that always seems like a good idea. I just wonder, Kevin, if they're going to be any cash prizes for the broadcasters, because now I think they're on to something if we could get that, you know. But in all seriousness, we see that in soccer, right? And it seems to work well, and I think if it can spur some more interest from fans, then I'd be all for it.
Yeah, the fans love it watching soccer.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Storm.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for the Natural.
Well, unselfish basketball. His ability to create for others has been the story of this game.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Trying to get open is Knight, and it's blocked, and he's able to get it back.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
That free throw, no good. Second free throw, no good. Virginia with the ball. They're on an 18-6 run. Left side, Hardaway. Terry dishes to Hardaway. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Trying his luck from deep. Nice shot by Terry.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
And that one falls for Knight.
Always highly regarded, Knight tore up the high school ranks, led Kentucky to a Final Four, drafted top 10, and his arrow is still pointing up.
Here's Hicks. Takes a three. So we see the Storm get the win here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.